Welcome back to Hannity. A partial government shutdown looms ahead of Friday's deadline. The Democrat hysterics have already begun. Republicans offered to compromise on the amount of funding for the wall, but the Democrats immediately rejected that deal. Earlier tonight, President Trump tweeted, quote, "The Democrats are saying loud and clear that they do not want to build a concrete wall, but we are not building a concrete wall. We are building artistically designed steel slats so that you can easily see through it. It will be beautiful and at the same time give our country the security that our citizens deserve. It will go up fast and save us billions of dollars a month once completed." Joining us now with reaction, Fox News contributor Charles Hurt, GOPAC chairman David Avella, and former Clinton pollster and Fox News contributor Doug Schoen. Okay, Doug, now you were laughing here. Now, the wall with the beautiful slats, are you questioning whether we're actually going to get that?
I don't think we're going to get the wall. I mean, I think the deal that should have been done last week was the $1.6 billion in border security, fund the government, and move forward. I think this is, frankly, a setback for the cause of border security and building the wall, and also a setback for democracy, because the fact that we can't fund the government, and I understand it's only a partial shutdown we're facing, but this is pathetic.
Well, but you know what? This isn't Trump's fault. I mean, at the end of the day, David Avella, I mean, what we're talking about is border security, which has been kicked down the road since, actually, I think 1986. But, you know, last I remember is 2006. And, you know, now what we've got are Schumer and Pelosi saying it's a non-starter. It's not happening. You're not getting the wall. Are we getting the wall?
Ed, to your point there, Judge, that here you have a preview of what the next 2 years is going to be like. Look, over the last 2 years, we had 10 Senate Democrats in states that President Trump won. It was in their interest to find common ground with the president. Going into the 2020 elections, there's two: Doug Jones of Alabama and Gary Peters of Michigan. There are less Democrats now willing to work with the president on border security, on health care, on the economy. Why? Because it's in their interest to obstruct and investigate and ultimately seek to impeach the president.
You know, Charles, the idea of the $1.6 billion from I think it was last week that, you know, the Dems shot down, and now what we've got is the president through Sarah Sanders suggesting that there is money from other departments that can be transferred so that he can build the wall, specifically from Homeland Security and I believe the Pentagon. Is that viable?
Well, I think that if you talk to people, that have studied this for a long time, and as you point out, Judge, this is a problem that has been kicked down the road since 1986. The lawmakers in Washington refused to fix the problem that they promised to fix back then. But funding the wall has never been the real big problem here. And the real problem is the will to actually do the hard work of putting up a wall and taking those votes. The only thing we have found out in the last 2 weeks is that Democrats that are coming into control, the House and the Senate in Congress, have vowed to shut the government down instead of doing something about fixing the border. And whether you call it a wall or a fence or what, the President Trump's wonderful description of it through those tweets you just read, whatever you call it, it is a barrier that prevents people from illegally crossing into the United States. And Democrats have made it very clear that they are on the side of opposing that. And President Trump and Republicans have made it very clear they're on the side of supporting that. And even Democrats who supported, say, the 1996 or the 2006 Fence Act, which did basically the same thing, which was to build a barrier to keep people from sneaking into the country illegally, even a lot of those Democrats have now been pulled by the left wing of their party over into this no borders, anti-ICE, sanctuary city crowd that opposes doing anything about the border.
And you know, Doug, the idea of a wall, a secure fence from 2006. You had Schumer, Pelosi, Obama.
Yep.
They were all, you know, singing the cheers of it. The American people are not stupid.
Right.
They are in favor of a border.
Right.
They understand we need to be a sovereign nation.
Right.
In essence, what they're saying is we're going to obstruct. We're proud to obstruct, and they're almost going against the American people as well.
There's one other component of this you haven't mentioned, Judge, is we have 11 million people who are here illegally. We need a pathway to citizenship and a wall. We need border security. We need a compromise. And that's what politics is about when you have divided government, which we will have in a couple of weeks.
And that's what the president did when he offered DACA to 1.8 million DACA kids, which is double what
negotiating,
Obama
Mr.
did.
President.
And yeah,
Keep
but
negotiating.
you know what? Well, he was negotiating in good faith, and they didn't buy it. But anyway, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.